He gives you a lift around campus. But how well do you know him? We caught up with Harold the shuttle driver.
But first, we have your fall break forecast. I'm Lauren Griggs.
And I'm Jens Kallgren. Eagle 7 starts right now.
Now, from the Mel Johnson Studios at the University of Northwestern, this is Eagle 7 News.
This week, what better way to start the news than by saying that prophecy may be fulfilled this year? In 1989, Back to the Future 2 predicted that the Cubs would advance to the World Series. As fate would have it, the Cubs have advanced to the NLCS. We hope to see the future come to life in the coming weeks. On campus, fall preview days are now in full swing, and the campus is looking beautiful as the leaves are changing colors. Kelsey, what's the weather looking like this week?
Thank you, Lauren. Well, today it looks like Friday. It's going to be a high of 46. It's sunny out there. Going into your fall break weekend, on Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be sunny outside. 51 on Saturday, 60 on Sunday. Going into the week, Monday, it's going to be a little glimmer of hope at 73 degrees. That's a perfect day to go out to the apple orchard or the corn maze for all you people who love fall out there just as much as I do. Going into Tuesday, it's going to be a high of 66, so it's going to be a little bit cooler. You might want to think about getting your fall jackets when you go home this weekend. Going into Wednesday, the first day of the second quad, it's going to be scattered showers, and on Thursday, a high of 55. Now for your spotlight weather of the week. Right now, we have Winona, Minnesota behind me. This is the bridge that is being built down there. It's a huge project down there. And it's actually a little bit warmer down there right now, a high of 48. So if you don't have any plans for this weekend, you might want to go down there. They have beautiful scenery down there. The colors are just awesome. So have a fun fall break, you guys. Now, sports with you, Brennen.
Thanks, Kelsey. This week we're going to be doing something a little bit different with sports. Eagle 7's Joe Sutton had a chance to challenge some of the men's soccer players this week. Check out the story.
What's up, guys, and welcome to an Eagle 7 Sports exclusive. Today I'll be sitting down with sophomore captain Matt McCann to see what it's like to be an Eagle and perhaps even challenge him in his own game.
Yeah, being an Eagle athlete is really cool because you get to represent your school. I mean, that goes for any school that you go to, I guess, in any college. But especially here, it's a special thing because you get to represent what Northwestern stands for. I've never been on a fully Christian team before. And just being at Northwestern where the whole team is really focused and praying before the game, and I mean, knowing what's really important is definitely a really cool thing.
Only a sophomore, Matt McCann has left his mark on Eagle sports. Last year, he finished the season with 8 goals, which was a team high, and he received UMAC Player of the Year.
Being Rookie of the Year was a cool thing. I mean, it's always nice to get a reward after your hard work kind of pays off in a way. So the season hasn't been going quite as good as what we wanted to. We had some pretty lofty goals coming into the year, but I mean, we do have a young team. So we haven't quite had the wins, but as Coach always says, it's not how you start the season, it's how you finish. So going into these last 3 regular season games, I mean, we definitely have got some good momentum, and hopefully we can go into the playoffs and possibly knock off St. Scholastica.
All right, guys, this is Joe Sutton for Eagle 7 News, and today's challenge, I'm challenging the men's soccer team in a goalie standoff or penalty kick. So we'll all be kicking against Turner. Since there's 3 of them, I get 3 shots, they get 1. We'll see who wins. Guys, well, that concludes the Eagles feature. Obviously, as you can tell, I took the lead with a 3-2 lead. Thank you guys for having me here, and back to you guys.
Anyone who's on campus this weekend should come out to Reynolds Field on Saturday for the big football game against St. Scholastica. When winter hits campus or you live far from your classes, the campus shuttle is a warm way to get around. So who is the shuttle driver? Good question. Eagle 7's Lizzie Earhart got to know him for this week's Eagle Feature.
I've been driving a school bus since the early 80s.
Harold Batty, a school bus driver for nearly 20 years, was actually interested in printing.
In high school, I was kind of interested in printing.
But in order to go to vocational school to learn about printing, Batty needed a job.
I thought, well, my brother drives school bus. I'll get a job here up by Mounds View High School.
Before Harold started to train to become a bus driver, he was told
I should give up.
Luckily, he had a friend who was also a driver that offered to give him practice lessons.
And so we did that. And back then, the Harmar parking lot was wide open in the back, and we would just drive around in circles there.
A veteran bus driver in Batty, he started to notice that driving a school bus was taking over his life.
The problem with that was that it was crazy hours.
So when he saw an opening at Northwestern with fewer hours, he didn't hesitate to apply.
I said, you've got to call, you've got to check into this. So I did, and here I am. Good friend.
Batty is now in his second year as a shuttle bus driver at Northwestern. And one thing Harold praises about his job:
I really enjoy talking with students and getting to know people.
when Batty is not driving students around, he loves getting to explore his hobbies.
I collect coins. I've done a little stamp collecting. I really like history and reading. I seem to never have a lot of time to read, but I love it.
He also loves getting to spend time with his wife, who he married just 3 years ago. His wife also works at Northwestern.
She's the director of the Child Development Center. It's located in Eagle Crest across from Mel Johnson.
Harold knows that college can put a toll on students, and he wants them to feel welcome whenever they enter the bus.
Some days they have worse days than others, but if I can just say a word of encouragement to them, then I feel like I've done something for them.
I'm Lizzie Earhart for Eagle 7 News.
He seems like such a nice guy. He's
He really
so
does.
sweet.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't ride the shuttle very often, but I like doing it when he's on it. What are you doing for fall break, Jens?
I think I'm gonna curl up with a warm mug of cocoa and watch some Netflix.
It's about what I'm going to do too. That's all the news we have for you this week. I'm Lauren Griggs.
And I'm Jens Kallgren. Thanks for joining us. Stay fly, Eagles.